Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is another hashtag OpshopCrafter, and this is where we show what we found from the Opshop for our crafting. This is an open collaboration with me. Anyone can join in. Just add the hashtag OpshopCrafter in your title and link me back in your description box, and we can all see what we found from the Opshop for our crafting. Now I have a Facebook group called Opshop/ThriftshopCrafter. And if you want to, the links below will be below to pop over there and join. And this, we just show all our goodies from the Opshop. People share their makes that they've done with their Opshop hauls, whatever, secondhand, marketplace, whatever secondhand crafting. So I would love it if you'd pop over there with me, and let's get on and see what we found. So first up, I'll show you the ties that I got. These are men's ties, and you would have seen in one of my previous videos I got a lot of them as well, and I'm getting them all in reds and green themes to do this Christmas tree skirt. So yeah, I found quite a few. I love this one because this one is like the turn of the millennium. 2000 when we all thought that the world was gonna stop. I love this one, love the retro look of this one. And then we've got this one. So I've got probably that again. So I've got a fair few. I want to try and find a few more red ones. I don't have many red ones. I probably only got 4 red ones, and then a fair few greenish type ones. So I'm going to have to get in and start this. I'm really keen to start it. Right, so they are the ties. Put them aside so you can see the edge of them. I love picking up vintage Christmas stuff. Now I found this, I don't know whether it's vintage or not. It feels vintage to me, and it's got that it's got a crinkle on it, which you don't see on these what do you call these garlands. So I picked up that because I know that I've already picked a few bits off it. I know I can use little bits like that on my candles and other things. So, you know, I think that would be really cool to have. So I like picking up bits of the tinsel and things that are going to suit some of my crafting. I picked up this whole pack of star sequins. Aren't they gorgeous? There was a whole pack of them. There's so many in here. I'm going to have to put them into something else. Oh, look how many there are. It said table sprinkle, and I didn't have my close-up glasses with me, and I was like, oh, do they have a hole in the middle? And I was trying to see, and then when I got out to the car, I put my other glasses on. I was like, yes, they've got a hole in the middle, so I can use them with my sequins. Oh, I shouldn't have opened the pack. I always get into trouble when I open packs of sequins. Alright, you sit there. I'll get in. Alright, you sit there. Alright, with the Christmassy stuff, I got this pack of gorgeous stars. They haven't got holes in them, but look at them. Aren't they beautiful? I'm not sure how to use them, but they're, gosh, they're nice. Anyway, I picked up them. They were only 50 cents. These were $1. This was, oh gosh, I can't remember how much it was. Some of the ties were from $1 to $2. I won't pay $5 for a tie. I don't think they're worth $5 unless there's something you really want. So now I picked up a bag of decorations because as soon as I looked in the basket, I seen these. Look at these vintage baubles. I was just like, yep, they're coming home. I love these vintage baubles. Look at them. They are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's getting harder and harder to find them. So there was quite a few. I think I counted. I looked in the bag and I was like, so there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, there's 12. Isn't that amazing? There's 12 of those vintage ones that are got the satin or the silk. I'm not sure whether that's satin or silk. And then the decoration around the edge. I love to find vintage. Love this sort of thing. That's vintage. Not sure whether that is. These aren't old. I will probably put them in the bin because there's no tops on them, so I won't keep those ones. There's always something in the bag that you don't sort of want, but the bag was $2, and just these alone justifies that that amount. Check out this one. This one is vintage too. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this one. So there was that. There was a couple of bells. I'll probably keep the bells. There's this star. It's got no hanger. I won't keep that one either. And there was this candle holder. It's missing one little pine cone, but I can replace that with something else. Even you know, just a little piece of, what do you call it, you know, I could glue either an old Santa on here. This came out of another packet, this Santa, but I can easily put something else on there. It's quite cute. I could put one of my pretend candles in there. That would be cool. So they were the vintage, like, Christmas decorations. Oh yeah, here's, oh, it's a star one. That looks brand new. I could put something in that. Yeah, I might keep that one. But I love these. These are my favourite thing to collect. I've got some beautiful ones. So they might go straight up on my Christmas tree, I think. Right. That's them. Oh, hop off my finger. I think one year I gave some of these to the boys and they unwrapped them. As little kids would. Alright, I got a few other things. There was a couple of packets of trim, which were nice. If I can open them. What was this trim? So you can use it as a full trim or cut the little flower, different flowers off it. There's a nice amount there. Probably be a couple of meters. And then there was this trim, which was pretty. Undo you. And it's all butterflies. And you could cut them apart too. I like the size of them. They're nice little dainty butterflies. So that was a nice pickup. And where trim's concerned, I got these two. These are pretty. This one's a gimp braid. They're both braids, but they're you know, but they're just slightly different. So there's a good amount on them, on that of them. And I love picking up these. When I made my sister's junk journal, it was a crafty junk journal, I put one of these in it, and it just looked really pretty in the junk journal, so I like picking up these when I see them. Just these thread bobbins that have been wound onto cardboard. It's like a you might get it in a travel kit or something like that. And then talking about travel kits, I found this and it's so cute. It's a little vintage over the counter sewing kit, you know, just one of those quick sewing kits. And this is what it had inside. The little cottons, there was a needle, some pins and some buttons. There's a thimble there, a little orange thimble, I looked it up and it is vintage. I'm not sure, I couldn't find what year it was, but it is missing the little pair of scissors and a measure tape, but I've got some of that in another packet over here, and I've been trying to find it, so I'm going to add it in there. Little pair of scissors, you know, just a tiny little pair, and a measure tape, and it'll be complete then. So I just thought that was so cool. It's it says made in China, but it's an oversized button. Isn't that awesome? And I got it for $1. That that makes it even more awesome. All right, I got this. It's a transfers. Are they iron-on transfers? Yeah. It's put out by Anchor. I'm not sure. It says coats on the back, so I don't know. Maybe the Anchor and coats are the same. I'm not sure. But I'll show you what's in there. There's this one. This one's cool. With the little archway in the garden. There was this one that says baby. And there's a bigger flower one. Like that. I don't want my camera to go nuts. And this one. They don't feel vintage to me at all, but they're still pretty cool. Whether I use them as a transfer for stitching or use them in a junk journal, I think they're pretty cool transfers. So that was that. I found 2 packets of Christmas paper, and it's vintage, and it's absolutely beautiful. It says it was from Coles for $1.88, but I got them for it was way less than that. Can't remember now. Actually, I might have got them for $1 each. That's not too much less, is it? It says made in the USA. It's heavyweight paper. There's 3 meters of it, and it's 50 centimeters wide. But this would look beautiful in a Christmas journal. Is this one open? That one's not. I think I opened this one to have a look at it. And it's absolutely gorgeous paper. Isn't it beautiful? All the Christmas baubles. So there was 2 packs of them, so I grabbed both packs. They would look beautiful in a Christmas junk journal. Beautiful. So yeah, it's still in its original packaging. Fifth Avenue collection. I got a Christmas book. This one was called The Night Before Christmas. It was 50 cents. And I thought there were some cute, very cute little Santas in here like that, which would make great little tags in a Christmas junk journal. I just really liked the Santa in this book. It was quite cute. You can use the rest of the pages in a junk journal. I've probably got enough Christmas stuff now to make a nice junk journal. That's that one. And I found some beautiful velvet. This feels vintage. It is absolutely stunning. I found this at a shop. Not an Opshop, but just a regular shop, and I thought this was gorgeous for tea dye, coffee dyeing paper, or on the jelly plate. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's only got this this is there's a flower here and a flower there, but most of them are just beautiful leaves, so you could use it for any occasion or any sort of, it doesn't have to be Christmassy, because to me it doesn't look that Christmassy. Isn't it beautiful? And while I was at that shop, what was it called? Dollar something. It was a new shop hadn't seen in the area. And I also bought a packet of these little beads, or you could use them as beads. And they're just little Christmas baubles, aren't they? They're so fun. So fun to put on something. They'll look really cute on dangles on a Christmas journal. Alright, I hope you enjoyed looking at the little bits and pieces I got here today. It wasn't a very big haul, but it was a fun haul. Just picking up vintage things like this, and especially these baubles. They are gorgeous. They are absolutely gorgeous. That's what I love when it comes to vintage Christmas things. And you know, even the paper, I got some beautiful little bits and pieces, and I'm going to start this tie Christmas skirt. I have to, but in saying that, it might not be done for this Christmas. I'm not sure, just depending on how many ties I can get, and if it can all come together. Alright, take care guys, get out there and check those op shops out, because there's some good stuff out there, and we don't want it to go to landfill. We want to be able to use it, reuse it in our own crafting. And if you're new here, like, share and subscribe. I'd love to have you here with me on my channel. Pop over to our Facebook group and join there. Show us there what you've found too. There's lots of people over there that are showing their goodies and things they make with them, and like, you know, when I reuse the ties, things you can do with stuff from the op shops or secondhand, anything secondhand, marketplace, wherever you can get secondhand stuff. There's tip shops in every town too that you can find great secondhand things. Alright, yeah, I think that's it for today. And I'll see you soon for a new video. Take care. Bye.